We had a fantastic race one earlier in the glorious sunshine of the Dutch Grand Prix. But we're back here for race 2, round number 4 of the F1 Academy Championship. Welcome to the Circuit Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. We got myself and Mega back in the commentary box once again, but we got a different affair on the front row. It is not Abby Pulling that's starting pole. It will be Dorian Ping, but she had a penalty in race 1 due to her false starting. Let's hope she doesn't false start again in this race. And welcome, Megan.
Hi. Just tell to close door because it's freezing. They're doing quite quick ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing it very quick. Anyway, let's go through the grid. Bianca's starting in 15th as the timing's taking a while to update with Al Kabassi in 16th. We've got Emily DeHouse 14th. Jess Edgar will be starting 13th in race 2. Then we've got Love Fossey 12th, Chloe Chambers 11th, Tina Houtsman in 10th, and Carrie Schreiner in 9th position. Hamad Al Kabassi will be starting 8th. Leah Block will be starting in 7th position. The wildcard entry of Nina Gaiman will be starting in 6th, with Maria Marti in 5th position. Aurelia Nobles will be starting in 4th position, with Maya Wook, who got a podium in race 1. Great to see her getting a podium in her home Grand Prix. Will she be able to do the same today? We'll have to wait and see. And our front row, well, it's all too familiar affair, but switched around for race 2. Abby Pulling will be starting in P2, with Dorian Ping will be starting in P1. I'm not sure if Omi's back or not, because I tried to address him earlier and he's not, so I'm not going to address him again because it'll be weird addressing him and he's not here. So unless he's here, we could just carry on anyway as well.
He is but muted.
Yeah, he's muted, so okay, he's probably just having breakfast or something. But no safety cars, no virtual safety cars, no one retiring from the race. But we know in race 2, it can sometimes provide more chaos than race 1.
It can, and it's honestly, given how little chaos we had in race 1, I think we're going to get quite a bit, maybe in race 2, but it might end up just being quite peaceful. I'm adding a new word to the agenda to replace the Q word.
Oh, yeah, do not say the Q word, Megan. Definitely not as well.
Peaceful
Brad14 says in the chat, is this a replay? Nope, it's not. We just have running 2 races in one day because race 1 got postponed due to rain. So don't worry, this is live on Twitch and YouTube if you're watching. I'll check the Twitch chat in just a moment. We're due to be starting around about now. So we've got one light showing there, but hopefully we'll get the formation lap going as well. Yeah, here we go. Formation lap has just started. Ready to go in this one as well, warming the tyres. Surely the one starting at a similar position will probably need to think twice what they could do better to get a better advantage in race 1. It was only Dorian that got the 5-second time penalty in race 1. I think all the others got no further action for that one as well. I'm keeping my close eye on Dorian this time because she hasn't won since race 1 in Jeddah.
She hasn't, no. Oh, and I just remembered, Amanda.
What?
Amanda Al Kabassi. She got the 5-second penalty too, I think. Oh,
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. Sorry.
But it didn't take effect because
she
was in last position already.
Yeah, that's why we probably didn't notice, because she didn't change positions because she was last anyway on the grid.
Yeah.
So the drivers will know the conditions inside out because they did it this morning, but the temperatures would have rose. But let's hear from our P1.
Jumps out. I move a little bit, so yeah. Unfortunately, I take 5 seconds. So I was trying to create a gap to have this 5 seconds on track, but it was not enough. I think we finished at 4 seconds so no. So we are P4, and no, it's a shame. It's a shame for the championship, but I think we have a new opportunity today in race 2. We are starting from pole, and I'm ready to fight for the victory.
So that was Dorian Ping then as well, reflecting on her penalty that she got. Well, I thought she got moved to P5, not P4 there.
She did get
Surely nobody else got a penalty there.
She did get moved to P5. I don't know why she said P4.
Yeah, that's why I was a bit confused. I was like, eh?
Gateman got 4.
Yeah, it was Nina that got 4. The highest ever result for a wild card this season.
It's looking kind of the same weather, but also it's looking a little bit more cloudy So that could be just because it's getting later in the day.
Yeah, it is getting lighter during the day, of course. It's meant to be dry for the entirety of the day as well. We've got the Porsches coming up later on as well, so let's hope there's no rain there. So they're all making their way onto the grid for the second time today. Surely everyone's used to this by now as well, but there's more fans getting in the grandstand supporting F1 Academy and obviously cheering on a certain Max Verstappen. Hoping they did do well. Or maybe they're cheering on for the papaya, I don't know. Well, spoiler alert, the papaya's on, but I'm wearing orange because of McLaren. I have good high hopes for McLaren today, but it's probably going to come back to bite me. Yeah.
I, however, am wearing black and white like the checkered flag.
Yeah. So I was like, should I wear my Red Bull top or should I wear my Simba top with the papaya colours? Like, let's wear the papaya colours.
Good choice.
So, yeah, there we go. Anyway, green flag is waving. Everyone is ready to go. Us is ready to go in the commentary box. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Zandvoort. And starters orders, we are going. Dorian gets a much better start, but someone has stalled at the back of the grid. We'll keep an eye on that in a minute. Abby Pulley did get a good start as Maya is up into P2 already, so not as good for Abby on the inside. And someone's gone off the track. I did say race 2 could provide some chaos, and I think it's provided more chaos than race 1. And here we go, then headed towards turn 3 and 4. Dorian gets away well from here as well. Amin Al-Kabasi, I think, that's stalled in the background, but I might be wrong. We'll keep an eye on that as it continues.
Block and Edgar, they're right at the back.
Block and Edgar, yeah, I can see that on our timing sheets. I don't know why Abby did not react well to the start compared to like Dorian and Maya there as well. Noble's got a good start as well, and so did Nina. So yeah, I think it must have been Edgar and Block as well. So hopefully they can get underway, because otherwise it will be their race over. 2 at timers before the race get going. 17 laps compared to the 13 we saw this morning, because this race was scheduled to happen now, so we've got the normal racing action happening at the moment. So Hamid Al-Kabasi heading towards the turn 11 and 12 chicane, couldn't quite do it past Nina. Hamid Al-Kabasi's having a decent race so far, but she had a good race 2 qualification, so she's up higher than we would expect. Hopefully no jump starts either, but decent start from our pole sitter. But luckily she didn't jump the start as far as I'm aware.
Speaking of, Gateman is having to defend quite heavily from Hamanda Al-Kabasi right now. It's now lap 2, and I don't know what Myers just did there, because she looked like she was trying to let pulling through, and yet not. I'm guessing her tyres must feel a bit cold, though I don't know how that's possible.
Well, Abby was saying in the interview for the race win that she was struggling really with tyre degradation, so that's probably coming back to bite, and now she's following a car and not actually being lead car, so she's got to manage her tyres a bit better compared to what we saw in race 1. So that was a good insight from her interview there as well. She's still right on the gearbox of Maya in at P2, so it's still possible, but it is hard to overtake unless you're a few attempts behind. But we've seen Hamid Al-Kabasi do it in race 1. Causing a collision between the House and Bustamante in turn 10. So we did see it just a bit, but it was hard to tell because we were seeing
got a glimpse,
the other battles going on.
Yeah, they moved away too quickly that we couldn't actually get a glimpse, could we?
We didn't have a chance to say, oh, contact. Is Hamid Al-Kabasi going to have another look to the inside here? I don't think she is. She's going to wait, I think, for a few more laps, I think. But we know, she could go to the start-finish straight. I think that's what she usually does. I remember, I think, she got squeezed in the final lap of the race onto the wall. But luckily, she was able to keep the position on the final lap.
She was. So I think,
who was she fighting?
I think she might be waiting for Nobles to get ahead more and to have more of a gap so that she can easily pass through to overtake Gateman.
Yeah, I think she is as well. I think she's being patient, as is quite a lot of drivers at the moment.
There's the stallers. They've caught up.
Yeah, at least they caught up to the train. So I'm guessing the stalling was just about a second or 2 seconds, and then they got going again.
Block had it worse.
Like a bit longer.
Block had it worse, it seemed, though she seems to have been able to overtake Edgar since then. So I guess the cars are fine now.
Yeah, they're all within the same train, which is great to see as well. As there's quite a few stuff on our OBS that's showing the wrong things. It was meant to be showing the weather and the speed, so I will change that to make sure it shows the right things. But Ahmed Al-Kabasi in towards turn 10. Oh, a look up from Nina. Ahmed Al-Kabasi, if you haven't had a chance yet, this could be your chance now.
Yeah, I think she's spotted for weaknesses. Do you know, if I was them, I would generally just wait a couple laps to spot where they're weakest and make sure that it wasn't just a fluke, that they're weak there.
I think so as well. I don't know why they're not going for it at some point as I fix that. There we go. That's much better. We could have seen the timings of the twice. I should have checked before, but I was more concentrating on the action. Look at that train, Megan, heading towards the start-finish track. I don't know who's leading it, but I think that's Nobles. Yeah, that's Nobles being defended by Gaiman, Al-Kabasi, Schreiner, Lovenfossey, and I think pretty much everybody else, unless you're the top three. So this is going to be interesting.
The top three are just away now. They're definitely going to be the ones in the podium unless they crash out. But
let's hope they don't crash out, please.
But that would... Oh, Gateman.
As soon as we have an opportunity, we need to send it.
Lick the stamp and send it. I like that as well. I think Nina is a home Grand Prix. She wants to have a chance for podium so bad, so of course she's going to try and go for the move. But she's going to play it smart, I think, and wait for a tiny little bit as well. But if Gateman doesn't go for the move, Ahmed Al-Kabasi will go for it. So it's kind of like a chain reaction coming up towards turn number 10. That is where we're probably going to see them moving towards turn 11. So keep an eye out. But Ahmed Al-Kabasi looking very racy in the background. Let's see what she can do. Who's going to go for the move first? Who's going to blink first? I don't think anyone's going to blink first, unfortunately.
Not yet.
And we get back to the lead.
But I feel like Gateman will try and make a move first. I don't think she'll get it first.
No, maybe start finish straight as well, as long as they don't get squeezed towards turn number 1.
They're just, because they're all just, those three are just compact together. Even more so than the rest of the train.
Even on pace as well, which is great to see. Of course, they've had the experience this morning. Ahmed Al-Kabasi, I think she's going to go for it here and towards turn 1, up the right-hand side. Can she make it stick? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, Ahmed Al-Kabasi done a lock-up. She almost hit the back of Nina, but she kept it together. Almost forced wide in towards turn 2, now in towards turn 3 and 4. They coming towards the banking. No luck for any of the drivers to get past the drivers in front. That lock-up did not help there, Megan.
It almost did, but Gamer was just defending that a little bit too well for Amanda to actually get by, which is impressive from Gateman, to be honest. But that lockup could have done so much good, and yet it did not.
She's a good racer as well, good defender. I've seen her in many other series, so I'm not surprised that she's loving it. Let's have a look at the race start. Now, you can see Dorian was pointed at a different angle compared to everybody else, and you've seen the two stallers, but Block was able to get going right away, but Edgar was the one that lost out, but again, she was able to catch up quite quickly as well. Then you can see the side-by-side action with Nobles, Nina. Oh, so that was where we saw one driver lost a few places in turn 2.
And then there was contact.
And there was contact, yeah.
With an Aston.
And we're seeing the start from Abby Pulling. Yeah, she didn't get away well, unfortunately. She let Maya get past her. We thought that she could challenge her in towards turn 4, but she couldn't. And we'll see the start from Chambers.
Is this...
Chambers
wants to go off track, you reckon?
I think so. That's why probably we're going on board with her. But she navigated the stalled cars. Here she goes then, through turn 1, in towards turn 2. Or was it Marty? Oh, it was Marty, because she started 3rd. So into the gravel trap she goes, but luckily she's still in this race.
Do you know, that replay just
makes me much worse. Oh, we could have a battle here. Nina could get 4th place from Nobles in towards turn 5 and 6, but no luck. That could have almost been a double overtake, but
Yeah, that was a
unfortunately,
three-way.
yeah. Maya's pulled, I think, about a few attempts to pin in the last lap as well, so this could be game on for the top 2. I'm excited. Could we see a battle for the lead? No further action between De House and Bustamante. I'm surprised we didn't see that in the replay.
I don't remember it.
Got to try and do her in the next 2 laps.
So she's been told she has to push for the next 2 laps because she's about the same gap to Maya than Maya is to Pin, because Abby, I think, is the only one that could challenge Pin once she gets past Maya. So she's got to get past her ASAP, really. But I think she's a little bit too further back to go for the move. I don't think she's going to go for it here, unless she has the straight line speed compared to her. Let's look at the speed trap. And it's not telling a speed trap at the moment, but the battle we're seeing much better at the moment is Nina to around the outside, potentially. No, Nobles puts her car in all the right places in towards turn 2, but Nina's not going to give up it. She could take the high line as well, but she decides to back off. So close, but yet so far. Come on, Nina. I know I'm not meant to be biased, but Nobles is driving really well today. I'm very impressed. I think her highest result so far in this series.
Fastest lap is to Pin with a 1:36.912, increasing that gap between the hill. Here's the speed trap data. Chambers is
11th,
fastest.
12th and 13th. But where is pulling in all of that? I think they were meant to show pullings, but the graphics didn't work. I thought Nina was going to go for a late lunge there. I was like, go on, but they're not going for a late lunge at the moment. She's going to wait. She's going to wait. Schreiner is there as well. For some reason, I might have called Carrie Schreiner, Chloe Schreiner earlier on. But accidents happen.
Abby Pulling is fastest in Sector 1, though, for only 33.1 seconds round that sector. So she does seem to be a little bit slower in Sector 2. The only one who seems to be improving in Sector 2 is Chloe Chambers.
Chloe Chambers, not where we would expect her to be. She's dropped down to 12, so she must have caught up in something as well. But don't forget, her start was not the best. That's why we were on board with her. So I think a lot to learn, I think, for this track. We've still got 2 more rounds to go after this. You can see that Nobles, by just a bit battling, Nobles is losing time to pulling. If you're battling like this, you're going to lose time.
Which is good for Gademan, given the fact that she just locked up, so she needs for Nobles to be losing time.
And I think they're all the same pace. That's why they're going to keep squabbling. But if it's a track like, I would say,
race control,
Abu Dhabi, you can overtake. Forcing another driver out of track. Instant note between Al-Kabasi and Bustamante.
Well, Bustamante's getting in with everyone today, isn't she? Race control.
And it's under investigation. No, no further investigation. That's probably why we didn't see it on the cameras, because
that was quick.
Hardly anything happened. Bustamante, by the way, gets past Houseman up to 10th.
Yeah. Ooh.
And now they switch positions again.
Yeah, there's a little battle going on between them.
We're not seeing it on the live feed.
Yeah, it just seems to be focusing on the battle for 4th position right now between Nobles, Gademan and Amanda Al-Kabasi.
Yes. That's what we're seeing currently.
That's all we've been seeing.
That's what they think is going to be important. But we know Bustamante is a fighter and she wants to get past her house once again. So if I were the TV direction, I would follow them. Because I think Bianca's getting very feisty right now.
There we are.
As we're on lap 9 of 17. We've got 9 laps to go of this race-ish. If I'm doing my maths correctly,
yes,
yeah, 9:56 on a Sunday morning. Hitting is like a lot faster than Abby Pulling right now. She is, I think her last lap was a 1:37. I mean, they're around about the same, but Dorian is slightly faster. We'll talk more about her as we get to the end of the race, because we're not seeing much of her right now.
She is quite fast. She is fastest currently on the track.
Redemption.
Despite the fastest that belong to pulling. Dorian Pin is fastest right now. They all seem to be kind of slowing.
I think this is the lady that we know a love for Dorian right now. This is a pace we love to see from her that we didn't see in Spain, but we saw in Zandvoort today. At the moment, we could see a move here. Nina squeezing. And Nobles goes off the track. A bit of contact there, so she's dropping position. Hamid Al-Kabasi could capitalise it in towards the final few corners in the banking, and she does. But I wonder, Megan, if that will be under investigation.
I reckon it will. She might have to give that back since Nobles was off the track, and it could be considered forcing.
I think Schreiner could take advantage as well due to the tire deck. No, you do not. You can't move under braking. You can't move under braking. You're not allowed to do that.
3 of them did that too. It was like they all decided, let's move under braking, and yet also all simultaneously try and go for a move.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. I wondered that would be under investigation too. But knowing as it won't, Love and Fossey trying to go. Oh, that was a bit of contact. There's a lot of action going on now. It was a bit quiet towards the start of the race. Now it's like ding, boom, boom, boom. Let's get the action going. But Love and Fossey almost got position. Love and Fossey's having a really good race. She had a good start as well, which showed I was predicting her to have a good start after she had a good start in race 1.
There's a replay, I think, of incident.
Nobles.
Yeah, they collided on their rear wheels. Race control.
That's noted.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly.
So let's examine this. Gateman comes round the corner. There was no lockup. I can see that. So Gateman comes round the corner and the rear wheels seem to just touch. And
I just feel like they could have given more space.
It could be a racing.
Space on either side.
It could be a racing incident, but I personally would say that's kind of Gateman's fault because she did come round the corner like. She did not turn quick enough. And
forced another driver off track.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was forcing off. Yet again, speed trap for pulling is not coming up.
We want to see the speed trap because I think we know she's faster in the speed trap than Maya right now. Because Maya's pulling away in the corners, as you can see.
Fun fact, all the top 3 are having the exact same sector 3 times.
Wow. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Now we're seeing the speed trap from pulling. She's 5th in the speed trap. Well, joint 4th, actually, because they're all at 31 kilometres an hour.
Oh, I'm a bit cold.
Yeah, it's still quite cold here as well. Spring weather, I think, in the UK right now. Knowing us, we'll probably get a heat wave. Abby Pulling is pushing on. She's been told to push, and is she going to do enough? The gap's 1.2 seconds between the top 3, so anything can happen with these 3. It's not over yet. It's not like race 1 when Pulling dominated. As there was a bit of a correction into turn 12 there for Abby.
Yeah, there might have been another lock of it. Oh, race control. Oh.
Yeah, that was inevitable. 10 second time penalty for Nina.
I told you.
And I told you too. So yeah, we were both right. It was a bit of a shame for her, but that move unfortunately was not on by forcing another drive off track, and that's what you get penalised for. People think 10 seconds, but that's what the FIA penalised now. It is not 5 seconds, it is 10 seconds.
Let's see where that would put her.
That'll put her way down the field at the moment. Yeah, that'll put her way down the field at the moment.
Yeah, I think that'll
outside the point.
That will put her last. Not such a great second race for Gateman, but at least she got 4th in her first one.
Commentators curse. We just cursed there for Nina.
So it really doesn't matter with the little battle going on between the 3 of them. That's the only battle really on track at the moment.
Yeah, that was the only battle that we saw on track on the World Feed right now. It's not giving me high hopes for F1 later, but I hope F1 is exciting. Please.
Well, I'm sure we'll have someone crashing into a barrier. We have been having that.
I could get my predictions on who that's going to be. Probably a Haas driver.
Lock up.
Oh, look up for Mama Alcabasi.
Coincidentally, next to a Haas driver.
And she's going to go very deep in towards turn 10. And they're battling for 12, so they're not even fighting for points right now. They're fighting for 12th position, and they're still going for it because positions mean anything as well. Amal Kabasi. Luckily, it wasn't the same to what we saw Gateman do earlier. Thank goodness.
5 laps to go.
5 laps to go of this one.
They all seem to be kind of waking up from a slumber now.
Yeah, because they probably would have got a lie in if it wasn't for the postponed race 1.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly happy about the race being postponed.
I wasn't happy because I wanted a lion. Anyway, Emily gets past Amal Kabasi potentially. I think this is going to work. Yes, it does. She's up to 12. 13, sorry. Lucky for some.
With me, I always found it quite lucky. Locks up.
I do. I find it quite lucky the number 13 for some reason.
When I was in primary school, I won Pupil of the Week, which was like Star of the Week.
Oh, that's
twice
Jess.
On Friday the 13th. Twice.
Oh no, that's not Jess. Who is it?
Which one?
Oh, that's Block.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought that was Jess there. The livery looks so similar. Probably because they're in the same team.
I think she's just behind.
Yeah, I think so as well. Not that long to go until the end of the race.
Here's a replay.
That's Emily's move again. A lot of space given as well. Very tight entry into the corner. Before turn 2, easy does it. And we're looking at the tyres from Dorian. There's a bit of grazing on the right.
Oh!
Side on the right of the left tyre.
Have you seen
that
rear left?
Well. Yeah.
That rear left looks dead. I wonder how... Oh. Looking from a distance and in fast motion of Abby Pulling's tyres, they seem to be degrading really, really quickly.
She did have problems in race 1, so I wonder if she's having the same problems in race 2.
She seems to be, yeah.
And don't forget, they don't have enough time to address the issues before race 2 early. Usually they have an evening to do so.
Pulling.
As radio.
Think about your line, don't get drawn into hers. Think about your line and fast feet.
So think about their racing line more than the car in front. Smart move. Think ahead, I would say, into the apex. Don't look concentrate on the driver in front of you. Think ahead on what you're going to do.
Lock up from
Lock
Pulling.
up from Pulling. As I just said that.
Those tyres are dead. They are dead.
The tyres are giving up the ghost. The rears was locking up. The fronts are fine. As Maya.
Behind you at all times, okay?
What did she say?
Mind you at all times, so basically watch out for Pulling. Obviously they've heard that Pulling's trying to make her way up. But with those tyres, I don't think she's going to get it.
No, she's not. He's definitely not going to get it at any point, I don't think, as the gap now is around about 0.6 of a second. And I think the race winner has been decided, but the top 3, no, from Maya and Pulling, it could go either way.
It could, but for either way, for Maya and Pulling, it will be a second podium of the day.
For both of them.
A little bit of a slow there from Gateman and Alcabasi. Why are they going so slowly? Oh.
I don't know, as we got a move from Lovenfossy in towards turn 1. That was a late send, and that send the dreams work. Lick the stamp and sent it. I can't decide who created that quote, but it might have been Science, actually. I wonder if it was Science that said that. I'll have to check that, but that was a great move from Lovenfossy up to 8th. Next target is Schreiner to chase down for 7th, but she only has 2 more laps to do it. It's gonna be close, I think. Much more action we're seeing in race 2 compared to race 1.
Agreed. See, it's always the second race, which is just more like it's tension.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
They're used to the conditions. They're used to the drivers around them as well.
They know where they need to go to make a move.
Oh God, if they're struggling with the tyres here, imagine what the tyres are going to be like in Qatar. We know in Qatar last year in F1.
That's going to be hell.
That is going to be hell. So
there's going to be
you
crashes.
can't be good on your tyres in Qatar in a month's time. It was actually a decent race in Qatar last time, as far as I remember, apart from the tyre, the free stop, mandatory. Let's hope they don't do the same there, but it might be at a different part of the year, so hopefully we'll be okay. Touch wood. I don't think my desk is wood, but I've touched it anyway. So the penultimate lap of this race. I wonder if Abby's going to settle for second here. I don't think she will want to settle for second, but she can't afford to lose out on many positions here. She knows she's quicker than Maya, but Maya's better on her tyres.
She is. She's got way more grip on her tyres than she does.
So only 1.5 laps to go for her to make a difference here. She was expected to fight with Dorian for the win, but sometimes plans change right now.
She's taking it away.
Yeah, exactly. And I wonder if Hamad Al-Khabasi and Nobles has been told about Gaiman's penalty, because I can see on the timings that they are catching. They are a lot closer, these drivers, from 5th downwards compared to the last race as well.
It looks like Gaiman might actually go into 13th instead now.
We'll find out once the race is over, because it's early and I can't do maths.
I can. Yeah,
I only got, I got CGCSE, but that will translate to, if you're in the UK right now, a 4, I think. Because it was a standard path, not a strong one, because I think I just scraped a C. I might be wrong though. Final lap of this race. And Dorian will set to take her first win since Jeddah. Let's hope she doesn't make a mistake on that one. But Hammer, if I were you, I wouldn't go for the move because you're going to get the position anyway. Just stay put.
Save your tyres.
Yeah, save your tyres, because I don't want the same thing to happen to you to what we saw with Nobles earlier on. So Hamad Al-Khabasi, just hopefully she can play it safe right now as she goes through. Pulling, by the way, 2 tenths behind Maya. So I'm intrigued to see how that turns out towards the end of the Grand Prix.
Well,
is that going to change? Probably not. They may go for the move towards the start-finish straight. We may get a photo finish as the checker flag waver, Puck Moon, a Dutch pro cyclist, which I've never heard of, but very well known in the Dutch community, so great to have her around there as well. So Dorian makes her way towards turn 10 into the middle of turn 11. I think Abby is going to settle for second, actually. Yep, she is at the moment. She's dropped back a little bit, but Dorian has just recovered from a rib injury. She got a 5-second penalty for jumping the start in race 1. We didn't think she was going to get another win this season, but she has proven us all wrong as she exits the final banking for the final time. It's redemption day for Dorian Ping. She wins in a Zandvoort for the first time since Jeddah. Pulling did not answer to Maya. She gets second, her best result of the weekend. And there's your top 3. And we've got Gaiman, who's going to drop quite a bit, actually. Hamad Al-Khabasi will finish in 4th spot. So there she goes.
There she goes. Yeah.
Yeah, up she goes. And then we've got Noble and Trinal will finish 5th and 6th. Then we've got Loman Fossey, Marty, Houseman, and Nina just gets a point.
So she's got points in both, despite
Amazing.
a 10-second penalty.
That's because everyone else behind was squabbling.
So they slowed down.
Robert Schwartzman supporting the team carried her. Someone who should have had a chance to be in F1, but didn't. But Team Radio from Dorian.
Yes, come on! Thank you so much. You all deserve it. You all deserve it. The car was good today. Thank you so much.
Was mega hat-trick, pole position, fastest lap, and race win. Great.
I think that was more of a relief for Dorian there as well, because she's been waiting so long to get the win, and finally she's got one. So we will hear the French national anthem for the first time in a while. I love the French national anthem, so I'm looking forward to that. I think Maya will be happy with P2 in front of the home crowd as well. Let's hear from her.
Checkered flag, mate. Well done. P2. Good drive.
Yeah, good race. Good job, everyone. Thank you.
There's not really much of a reaction from her, really. I was expecting, yes,
She's a woman
yes,
of few words. She's already had one podium today. She's probably just like, again?
I think she wanted to win that one so bad, I think.
But
she didn't.
The car just wasn't in it.
No. Which is a shame. But we got
Next
two different
time.
winners this Grand Prix weekend.
I mean, this morning, she was third. Now she's second. Maybe next time, may not be her home race, but she might get first.
It is a track in guitar where it requires more downforce.
Yeah, so I'm going to be rooting for Maya to win next time.
I'm predicting that as well, but let's hear from Pulling.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, sorry about that start. We're just going to be up this weekend. Hope you need.
Well, your tyres are basically dead, so be happy that you've got a podium.
She still will be leading the championship going into Qatar as well. So, despite Dorian getting...
by the way...
Hello, Amy.
The next round is Singapore, by the way, not Qatar.
Ooh,
is it not Qatar?
It's Singapore.
Oh,
yeah,
who knows?
It is, isn't it?
They're like a month at a time.
Thanks, Amy. I'm still not properly awake.
Or merci, since we have a French one.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, I think Maya's going to get the win in Qatar. I don't know who's going to get the win in Singapore, but there we go. Omi, what are your thoughts on this one? I know you only caught some of it, but what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I was able to watch most of it. I was just having breakfast at the race start. But yeah, great race, amazing race, a bit more chaos as we expected. Drivers able to take more risk. But yeah, great to see Maya Berg on the podium and Abby Pulling, even with some great pace, just showing how hard it is to overtake, not able to get past Berg.
Yeah, which is a shame, of course. But you know what that does with Dorian as well? That makes things very interesting in terms of the teams championship. That's going to get very feisty with Prima, and I'm just trying to think. So before race 2, it was Roden in first, then it's Campos, then it's Prima. Oh, that's going to get very intense between the top 3 in the championship. I don't know who's going to come out on top on that one. As Dorian gets away, we'll hear from her in just a second. I'm guessing Ariana Bravo will do the interviews again, if I'm not too mistaken.
Possibly.
Unless someone else will be doing it. I think one other driver that I've been impressed with this weekend, well, this race, Hamad Al-Khabasi in 4th. Shame she's going to get the win, but this is much more like what we saw last season. I felt gutted that she didn't do as well. Yes, well, it's not yesterday, is it, Megan? It's real this morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Race 1.
Yeah, but she's been doing well. She should be very proud.
Yeah, she should be very proud as well. Still got more action to come this morning. It is not over by any stretch of the imagination. And is Dorian taking a team photo?
Thing.
But let's hear from our top 3. Ruth Boscombe is doing the interviews.
Pulling. A win this morning, a podium this afternoon, P3. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw what happened at the start. It was a bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, P3 is still great points. We've bridged the gap still this weekend. I don't know about how many, but we've extended it. And yeah, I think I was probably the fastest car out on track, to be honest. It just was a matter of not getting off the line. We had so much pace, was following Maya really closely, but it's a hard track to overtake on. And
You've told us throughout the weekend about how amazing it's been to be racing around here in Zandvoort. You came here as a fan, and now you're racing here. Tell us, what is it like driving a car around these wonderful bank corners?
Oh, I mean, it's incredible. It's like a roller coaster, and it's so much fun, especially seeing the sea of orange in the grandstands too. It's definitely a special event, and I'm so glad that F1 Academy could be racing here this weekend.
Thank you so much, Abby, and we will see you in Singapore.
See you.
She wasn't wrong. She was fastest on track for that last lap.
Yes, she was. Let's hear from the home.
How do you feel?
Oh, it's great to be back at the podium, especially here after the summer break and being at my home race with all the fans. It's great. So we worked a lot during the summer break. The team did a great job. It was a tough first part of the season, but we found the issue. We fixed it now, and it showed this weekend. Yeah, quali was a bit difficult, but yeah, I think we showed that the pace in the dry was there, which is positive going into the last part of the season.
And I have to say, well done for that phenomenal start. To get the jump on the championship leader, off the line into that Tarzan corner. Tell us, how was it for you?
Yeah, the starts have been quite good this season. Then knowing how fast Abby has been going this season, I pushed a bit too much in the beginning, which then I was struggling in the end with the tires. So yeah, maybe in hindsight I shouldn't have pushed so much, trying to keep Abby behind me. But yeah, overall managed to stay P2, which is the positive. And yeah, it's obviously great to do it here, and I'm really happy.
Amazing, thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
And now we'll hear from our race winner. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you are our race winner. Congratulations. You have had such a tough season physically. You made it back to the top step. Tell us, how does it feel?
It feels so great, honestly, to win today. I think the team deserves it a lot, and they did an amazing job, and I'm happy to achieve that today with them. And yeah, it was a good start and a good race. All the pace was really good, so I'm happy to take that and focus on the next race.
Amazing. It was a lights to flag victory. I think you've done that before, and you make it look so easy, but all of the drivers, not just from F1 Academy, but from Formula One, have been struggling with the wind out here. Can you explain to everybody, was it as easy, or was it actually a little bit tricky?
No, I was actually pushing. With the wind today, it was quite tricky, especially on high speed. A lot of car movement, a lot of instability. So, yeah, it was a hard work, but I'm really happy to achieve that, and to be sharing our passion with all the fans, and the support was amazing the whole weekend.
Congratulations, enjoy the podium, and we'll see you in Singapore.
Wind's still
there
bad.
We go then. That was all of our podium sitters talking to Ruth Buscombe.
So wind's still bad out there, apparently.
It is still bad, and that's going to affect the Porsche later on, and it's going to affect the F1 as well. So watch out for drivers and teams that are not set up their car due to the wind. Surely the F1 teams will be keeping an eye on the sports series to see what's happening with that. So that was an interesting comment as well. That's probably why some people were struggling, but Dorian seemed to manage it the best today with the wind. That's probably why some people did not have the good start.
Yeah, Singapore.
Okay.
We only have 30 minutes.
Now we can do it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Like that. Well done. Tired?
Wrong chair, man.
It wasn't too bad, to be fair. No, it was not bad. It was annoying though.
For sure, the start is
the
start is better on the
on the left. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, compared
Especially
to
this
the
morning,
race this morning.
with the wets inside. Oh, no, yeah. I don't know who finished behind you.
I think Oriel.
Ah, yeah?
Really?
Oriel? Yeah.
Aurelia.
Yeah, Aurelia, sorry.
No one can say her name. Oh, Hamda was there as well.
Actually, it might have been Hamda.
Yeah.
I think it was Hamda that finished behind me.
Hamda Nina.
I saw on the big screen at one point that Oriel was like over the chicane, like, yeah, this is it, this is it.
Yeah, the gravel. Yeah.
I saw that.
So then probably Hamda. Yeah. Oh, they touched.
Aggressive, huh?
But it's a nice track.
Yeah.
It's nice when you got clear air.
Yeah, when you've got clear air, it makes a big difference.
When you've got aero wash, it's awful.
but I was struggling so much because I pushed so much the first lap.
Oh, really?
Because, I mean, you pulled 7 seconds.
Always good to have.
I'm going to have to agree with them as well. If you've got clean air, it's beautiful. If you've got dirty air, it's an absolute nightmare. So I can understand Pulling's views on that one.
I've just noticed the humidity is like 70%, and I'm not liking the look of those clouds. So I think there is a little bit of a risk of rain.
Oh, God. Right, hold on. Let me look at the weather forecast whilst we wait for the podium. Podcast coming through. It's meant to be, it's raining tomorrow. Circuits Zandvoort I'm meant to look at. No, it's not meant to rain today. So unless the weather changes like
timing
a
screen.
We know what's going to happen.
Jess, timing screen. On to.
We are on the battle screen.
So Jess, weather on timing screen.
Are we on the wrong timing screen?
No. If this was from like an hour ago, I'm reading from an hour ago.
No, that wasn't from an hour ago because Dorian won. Anyway, Abby Pulling takes the first step of the podium. Then we've got Maya, and then we've got Dorian that takes the win. And we'll hear the French national anthem. I'm very confused of what's going on right now, but let's hear the French national anthem. You can tell it's very windy because they're having their hair being waved or whatever. But trophies today presented by Prince Bernard, however you say it, as Dorian for the first time since Jeddah lifts the trophy up high, ready to take a second win of the season.
And what I
could have got more.
What I was saying was the fact that I think my Wi-Fi must have been off on my phone because I've only just got text from Joshua telling you about the weather on the timing screen.
Yeah, you put panic in me, Megan. Bloody hell. Anyway, it is Prosecco or champagne time at Zandvoort. So in about a month's time, that's where we will head to in Singapore, where Abby Pudding leads the championship. But Dorian is chasing her hard. Chloe Chambers, not the best race for her today. I think she could have got higher than what she could have done. So she extends the gap on Chloe. Dorian and Abby, that's going to be very interesting indeed. Before we get our thoughts from the Pundridge team, let's get your results for race 2. Dorian Ping takes the win. Maya will take second, Abby Pulling third, Hamna Al-Kabasi in fourth, Aurelia Nobles in fifth, Carrie Schreiner in sixth, Lola Lovenfossey in seventh, Maria Marti in eighth, Tina Hounsman ninth, Nina Gaiman due to a penalty drops down to 10th. Surely someone else dropped down to 10th due to that penalty earlier on as well. Bianca Bustamante in 11th, Chloe Chambers 12th, Emily DeHouse 13th, Amma Al-Kabasi in 14th, Leah Block in 15th, and Jess Edgar 16th. Both of them stalled on the grid, unfortunately. Let's get our thoughts for the Punditry team, starting with Omi. We got Singapore up next. What do you make of that track, and who do you think is going to shine around there?
To be interesting to see. I think Abby Pulling, though, could be very strong at Singapore. But yeah, we had W Series back there in 2022. It'll be exciting to see how F1 Academy does. I think it's going to be a pretty chaotic 2 races around that track.
I'm excited for that too. Megan, what are your final thoughts before we head to Singapore in a month's time?
I'm very excited, and I really hope Maya wins the next one since she seems to be doing 3-2-1.
Yeah, we all hope so as well. So we're keeping our fingers crossed with that one. We don't have much of a break going into the next race, Porsche Super Cup stream, starting at 10:50 UK time with myself and Omi. I'll be doing the controls on that one. Then, as well, after that, we got the British Touring Cars Race 1 at Donington. And then we got the Grand Prix, the F1 Grand Prix at Zandvoort to keep us entertained. For myself and Megan and Omi in the pits, thank you for watching. We'll see you in about 25 minutes for the Porsche Super Cup race around Zandvoort, believe it or not. So thanks for your company. Bye-bye.